Okay, so we know this is a one-point perspective drawing because we can identify some face-on 2D objects which are in the form of squares randomly around the page. What this is missing is a horizon line and a vanishing point. So I'm going to put it just anywhere on the page. I'm just going to put my horizon line there, HL, and I'm going to put my vanishing point there, VP. This is also known as the eye level. Okay, so any objects above the horizon line we will be looking up at, and any objects below the eye line we will be looking down on, right? So you're going to get your ruler and you're going to take each of these features back to the vanishing point. I'm only going to do it very lightly and I'll show you why in a minute. But if this were on an exam and you had to produce a one-point perspective, one of the criteria that's usually on the marking scheme is clear lines. So you need to start with a sharp pencil to give yourself the best chance, because you do get marks just for having nice sharp lines. I'm probably pressing on a little bit too hard here. Okay, so you're going to take all of those features back to the vanishing point, and then we're going to make them look like cubes. So there is no exact rule as to where to put the depth, but it will need a parallel line. So the back of my cube needs to be parallel to this line here, and the rule is that you do it so that it looks right. So it's a bit of guesswork, and you'll know if it's not right because it will look like a rectangular prism rather than a cube. Does that look like a cube, Cash? Would you say? Yeah. Yeah, good. Right, so I've done it right. So then we're going to go around, and again, this is why we're doing the light lines, because eventually I can rub out my what we call construction lines, and I'll just be left with these perspective cubes. So we are going to do some nice shading on them eventually, but I just want you to get all your cubes drawn first. Right, so fast forward to having finished this sheet, we have our depths that have been fine lined in. You can, if you want to, rub out the construction lines. However, on an exam you get marks for the construction lines being correct, so you can leave them on there because it saves the examiner having to check with a ruler whether your construction lines are correct. As long as they're done very lightly and neat, then you won't lose any extra marks, so you just keep your construction lines on there for the saving of time. Right, what we've done with shading this is try to imagine a light source at a particular place where if the light was shining on these cubes, there would be areas of darkness where the shadows would be, and there would be areas of light where the light is hitting the object. So further away in the corners you can see it's just getting a little bit darker there, and those should help those to look 3D. And that's pretty much it.